Why find peace in your heart by expressing love to someone, unconditional care to someone, forgiving and asking for forgiveness when you're dying? Why don't we do that right now? That's what I don't understand. This is all very beautiful. But why live peace, forgiveness, unconditional love when we are dying or when we're about to die and we have no choice? Why don't we do that right now? If that has such an effect on our mind and how we go while we're dying to forgive and to express love and to thank others, to give gratitude to others, if it's so important at the time that we're dying, so that our mind be calm and easy, why? In the death and dying process, it is very important as an environmental condition that our minds are calm and the environment around us is calm, so that it does not alert the mind in any way that triggers any type of negative karma. Example, if we run to a dying person who's very attached to money and say, oh, guess what? I know you hate me, but when you die, I've manipulated all the paperwork that I get all your money. It's going to disturb them. That's an environmental condition to make them very worried. And then this thought of money, all my hard work, and it's mine, and you're going to get it, all arises. It all arises, and it triggers all the karma that came in that person's life from being miserly, for chasing after money, and using that as a weapon. And all the fear that came along with that money will be triggered a whole lifetime. And therefore, what happens? They leave their state of mind, they leave their body in a state of mind of avarice, greed, fear. That will trigger the further karma that they have stored in their mind for many lifetimes to take a new rebirth, that they will suffer from difficulties of money, or they might be born into money and suffer from the problems of having money. So you're saying, well, what's the difference? They already have that karma. There is a difference. Why? When the person is dying, even though they've been very greedy or avaricious or miserly in their whole life, we still don't wish them something bad. So when they're dying, instead of worrying them, we don't talk about things that raise money into their mind. We don't talk about it. So what happens? That karma stays dormant. That karma stays quiet, so that person can take another rebirth, hopefully, and practice. So by practicing, that karma can surface in a conditioned environment where it doesn't have such a powerful effect, or it becomes purified. Example, if you have the karma to get a coat, a very nice coat, and you reincarnate in Alaska, it's going to be very, very helpful. But if you have the karma to have that coat and you reincarnate in the Sahara Desert and you have to wear it, it's going to be suffering. So having the karma to have something also is dependent on environment. So therefore, when you're dying, you need to keep the person's mind still and quiet. Why? To help them that the negative karma doesn't surface, and the positive karma surfaces. That doesn't mean the negative karma doesn't exist. It does exist, but not to make it open. Example, we all have viruses all over our body, but the minute the immune system comes down, it blows up. It blows up immediately. We get a sty. We get warts. We get flus, etc., etc. It just comes out. But if we sleep right, and we eat well, and we exercise, and we maintain ourselves well, the viruses cannot open up, or very few in between. Similarly, karma is like a virus. It will open up. It will definitely open up. It's always with us. So like that, it's very important to keep the mind of the person calm and quiet and happy. That is why in hospice practice, that is why in the care of the dying, and the ones who are going to die very soon, it is very important to keep their mind still, keep their mind happy, and say things that make their mind very calm and quiet and happy. That is according to the Buddhist view of reincarnation and karma. But in normal means, if you don't believe that, by keeping the person's mind happy while they're dying, it's still a very beautiful experience for the giver and the receiver. Who wants to die with getting a slap? I hate you, you're horrible, you hurt me, slap, 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 slap. Who wants to die like that? So like that, my thing is, why don't we go one step further? What happens if the person that we have hurt is not around for us to ask forgiveness? What happens if the people that are kind to us are not around for us to express our gratitude? What happens if the people that we have had some open karma or sore karma with is not around for us to make peace? Then what happens? So why wait for the time of death to say, I'm sorry? Why wait for your dying time to say thank you? Why wait for the time when you're dying to think, I should have my mind like that, I should think like this, I should be good like that, I should let go, it doesn't matter anymore? Why wait for that? If it's beneficial when we're dying, wouldn't it be more beneficial if we had that state of mind while we're living? Actually, none of us are living, all of us are in a state of dying. We're going closer to dying. Why do we keep talking about this? Because by talking about this, we will be able to live well. How do we live well? How? By talking about death and meditating upon death and focusing on that reality, it makes us forgive. It makes us let go. It makes us realize that this doesn't matter anymore. It means that people have hurt us doesn't matter anymore. We don't need to hurt anymore. We don't need to give hurt. And we need to say thank you. And we need to apply ourselves for the time we have left. Why? Because if we're dying, that's what matters. Is to have a happy state of mind and create happiness around us. How can we have a happy state of mind while we're dying? How? By creating happiness around us. And to make peace with the people that we don't have peace with. So we live a life of using people, breaking promises, lying, fooling, parasiting, fighting, arguing, wanting to win, justifying, covering. If we live a life of that, and at the time of death, how sincere will our I'm sorry or I thank you be? And even if it is sincere, think about it this way. How many years of it you've been living? And that last statement at the time of death, do you think that can override all the many years that you've been living opposite of what you've been saying? I'm sorry, Rinpoche, for not doing my commitments and practice. Of course, Rinpoche say fine. Unless he's Tsem Rinpoche, he'll say, aha, see you in hell. Only Tsem Rinpoche would tell you, see you in hell. Because that's where Tsem Rinpoche is probably going. But a real Rinpoche will say, oh no, it's okay, I forgive you. It's all right, never mind. But you see, it's not about him forgiving or not forgiving. If you pray to Mother Tara and say, forgive me, I received your initiation, I have been doing talk because I've been a lazy monster, and I made other commitments more stronger than your commitment, and then you say, I'm sorry, Tara. Of course Tara will say, it's all right. She's so fabulous. She's not green with envy, she's green from compassion. Why is she green from compassion? Compassion expressed in the air element, meaning quickness and of giving siddhis and quickness to help. Quickness to help and quickness to assist others. That quickness is associated with wind energy. Wind energy in psychotherapy color is green. Therefore, Mother Tara is green. Very simple. So her green comes from enlightenment and love, not greed and envy. So if we say, I'm sorry to Mother Tara, I'm sorry I haven't been doing your talk or whatever, blah, blah, blah. I haven't been doing your sadhana because I've been too into myself. Of course she forgives you, but all the years you've broken your commitment, that karma will catch up. So my point is, why wait for near death or death to say I'm sorry, or to make an effort, or to say thank you, or to make peace? Why? How many years of the karma we've collected? How much pain we have created in other people? And maybe there are people out there that have helped us so much, and we didn't even say thank you, or people have to tell us, don't forget to say thank you, and then we thank them. And then we don't express our gratitude. How many years of that has that been? A cold, oh, thank you very much for helping me, or a cheap little SMS, thank you for helping me, is not the point. Thank you to the person for helping you means you have some result of their help. When you have result of their help, you produce greater and greater and greater results. Example, if someone helped you to do retreat, you don't thank them by failing your retreat and quitting and not finishing and not doing it and forgetting about it. You thank them by finishing the retreat. And then when you finish the retreat, you go to them and say, thank you for your help. Then it really is real thank you. But to say thank you and not have results is a mind game. So if you say to your mother, oh mother, thank you very much for keeping me in your womb for 9 months. Thank you so much for giving me birth. Thank you for taking care of me and putting me through school, washing my snots and my crap and changing my diapers. Thank you for giving me money and food and your love and your wisdom and care. There is no one greater on this planet than my mother. And then you turn out to be a convict in jail because you raped 20 women and you've been robbing liquor stores. What kind of thank you is that to your mother? You think your mother be, oh, you're welcome. She's like, what is he talking about? He's a freak. How do you thank your mother by being in jail? Then if you say, oh, I love my mother, she's the most wonderful, because I hear that all the time here. Many people respect their mother. Many people. I hear that all the time. My mother is great. Even some people drop a tear or two when we talk about their mother. But how do you repay your mother's kindness? By forgetting? By not being successful? By being kicked out of your job? By not being able to pay your rent? By not being able to keep up your payment? By not being a human being? By not being an adult? By always forgetting and forgetting? That's how you thank your mother? Oh, mommy, thank you. Your mother's doing this when you're thanking her. Because her eyes rolls up and she's trying to roll it down. She's like, oh, God. Think about it. How do we thank our mother? Thank you is not a word. Thank you is not an SMS. Thank you is not 8 letters. Thank you is you have to be something from that help. So if someone helps you in business, you have to have the results. I mean, of course, people can fail through even with effort. If people help you in retreat, you have to have some result. After retreat, you have to be kinder, more nicer, more calm, more forgiving. After retreat, you go and become a serial killer. Then you say, oh, thank you for the retreat. They say, oh, no, I'm not going to sponsor anybody again. Think about it. After retreat, you're Jack the Ripper's reincarnation. You found out during Buddha told you. Then that person says, I'm never going to sponsor anybody in retreat again. Never. So how do you thank people? What is this book telling you? To find the guru in you. Guru devotion is not about kissing some Tibetan guy's feet. You're my guru. It's not about that. It's not about some Tibetan guy telling you things and you say, you're right because you're the guru and I'm one with you. I don't want to be one with some of you. You think I want to be one with his thigh? Kandaro, do you think he wants to be one with me? Say no, say no. No, say no. No. I don't want Kandarohi to visualize me and I'm dissolving into him and I'm one with him and he's smiling blissfully in fourth heaven. No, thank you. I wouldn't. Would you want to be one with me? Imagine me. Imagine JT here, this nice lady sitting over here. Imagine she dissolves me into her. I won't even fit. How to fit? How about Wendy over there? Look how nice and pretty she is. Somebody point to Wendy. Yeah, look at her. She's about 3'1". Now, the only person that dissolves me into them and I can be one with them that I might fit is maybe Koki and Tamara. Vajra Sattva Home. And David's lips, I forgot. David dissolves me into his lips. And I'm like, there's still plenty of room. Come on in, guru, lineage gurus. All the lineage gurus can fit in that. What? That's not what guru devotion is about. It's not about this. You don't just read the surface. That's why we need to read it, and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about guru devotion with all of you. I want to talk about what it's about and why and how it inspires these people, because these are great practitioners. These are non-Tibetan great practitioners who've taken Dharma into their lives, not changed their lives for Tibetan culture or something. You know, they run around with yak skins. They do Lama Cham dances. And they hang out in distant parts of Nepal pretending they're holy by helping schools. Don't point at her. Some of you think, who's that? Who goes to Nepal and helps the school? Who are? Madam's over there thinking, I'd like to go and teach English. So that's not about that. But when you thank a person, thank you so much for your financial help. Thank you so much for your care and your effort. You have to show some result. You can't keep calling these people every week to talk about your problems and you never improve. And then you still say thank you. After that, thank you will become like a curse. They're like, oh no, he's going to thank me. Oh, oof. No. Then if you say, I'm sorry to someone, I'm sorry for disappointing you. I'm sorry for being a loser. I'm sorry for forgetting. I'm sorry for doing damage. I'm sorry for fighting with you. I'm sorry for throwing the coffee cup across the room. I'm sorry. And next week you throw the teacup across the room. What's the difference? I'm sorry has no more effect. And if you give a lifetime of I'm sorry, that's fake, and you give a lifetime of thank yous that are based on no result, at the time of death when you say thank you and I'm sorry also, there will be no peace. No peace in other people's minds and no peace in your mind. And who will receive the result is yourself. Is yourself. Don't wait for death. Don't wait when you're dying. Don't wait when your body's being taken over by something. It will be eventually, I'm sorry to say. It will be to say I'm sorry or to thank someone. We need to do it now. And if we're going to do it now, if we're going to thank someone or say I'm sorry, we got to mean it. And how do we mean it? We got to make an effort. How do we make an effort? We got to push ourselves. We've got to push ourselves. Now, we got to make an effort. We got to stop sitting there with our mouth open. Stop. We got to stop waiting for people to do things for us. We got to stop justifying our minds and its habituations and the harm it brings to other people sometimes. We have to stop. Why do we have to stop? Because does it really matter in the end? Who wins or who loses? How much money you have or don't have? Does it really matter in the end? So therefore, we need to say, I'm sorry now. And we need to say thank you to people now. And we need to back that thank you up by genuinely thinking about the compassion of others. In the beginning, when we're young, when we're born and we're young, we depend on other people's kindness, namely our parents, our mothers, to grow, to be nurtured, to be taken care of. In the end, we depend on other people's kindness when we're old and we're decrepit and we're dying. So doesn't it behoove us that in the middle, we are kind to others? His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Isn't it very important? So therefore, a very good motivation to transform our minds is to come to terms with everybody around us now, to be very forgiving of people. Very forgiving. No matter how much damage they do to you, no matter how much they have cheated you in your perception, no matter how much hurt you have received, no matter if it's hurt from 100 people or 200 or 1 or 20, to forgive, to let go. Why is it important? We can die tonight. So at the time of death, we have to let go. We can't go with that state of mind. It affects us very badly. So why wait for that time when we're out of fear? We feel like that. We should do it now while we have the freedom. Why? While we have the freedom to do it, we do it every single day until death comes. And then attainments arise. Then something positive arises. Don't wait for death. Don't wait. For some of us in this room, it's within 10 years. For some of us in this room, it's within 5. For some of us in this room, it's within 20. But definitely within 40 years. No, definitely within 50 years, everybody in this room will be dead. Within 50 years. Within, not after, not exactly. Within 50 years, every single person in this room right now will be dead. No one will remember us anymore. No one will understand. And our fears, our happiness, our attachments doesn't matter anymore. We will be in another body, another plane, another place, taking the karma we've collected with us. Within 50 years, all of us will be dead in this room. You go home and meditate on that. You meditate in what way? That it provokes you to transform. It provokes you to enter the spiritual path. It provokes you to do something more with your precious human body. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. Doesn't matter. In fact, there are some schools of thought that females can attain higher spiritual involvement faster because they have a natural, caring, giving kind of energy. In some schools of thought. Doesn't really matter. as long as you have a human body at the end. So therefore, if within 50 years everybody here is going to be dead, what's important right now? What is important right now? You see, some of us feel a little uncomfortable, some of us feel a little nervous and scared. Transform that. Use that fear and that worry into doing something more, to pushing yourself more, to applying more effort. That's what it's for. That's what it's for. Then you'll be living. So therefore, we should apply effort now. We should hold our commitments now. We should study the Dharma now. And when we study the Dharma, don't let it be intellectual and dry. Apply it to everybody around us. Forgive everyone that has harmed you. Everyone, forgive. Let go. I'll tell you why. Maybe they don't deserve to be forgiven, we may think. But we deserve to forgive them because we need to take a good rebirth. We need to have a beautiful life and a good death. We deserve that. So we deserve to forgive. Don't think about the other person. It's not about them anymore. It's about yourself. We deserve to forgive them. We deserve to have a higher mind. We deserve to be evolved. We deserve to become a Buddha. So we definitely should forgive them, whether they deserve it or not. We deserve it. We deserve that good rebirth. We deserve that clarity of the mind. We deserve to have openness and clear, calm, quiet, easy, released, free mind. We deserve that. That's why we need to forgive others. If we love every single sentient being on this planet, but there's one person that bothers us, I guarantee you that one person will override everybody that we love. We have experienced that. I've experienced people that really bug me, and it ruins my whole day. And there can be wonderful people coming, oh, Rinpoche, you're fabulous, give me gifts, give me money, give me clothes, give me furs, give me cars, I want more. Give me jewelry, diamonds, they give me all these things, and I like it, and I put it away for when I'm happy, but right now I'm not happy with it. Oh yeah, I store it away. I store it away when I'm happy. I take it over and I say, oh, I'm very happy, thank you. And I write thank you cards. But at that moment, I'm not happy because someone disturbed my mind. I experienced that. Over the years, I've learned to let go of this very fast. These days, just a few hours. When I get really pissed off, when I really get on my nerves, I tell you, it's just for a few hours now. And that's amazing. For those of you who know me more than 10 years, it can go on for months. Yeah, I think I'm a reincarnation of a snake or something. I am a snake. Anyway, I'm a wood snake. But anyways, it can go on for months. These days, no kidding. Last time it could be months. Not years, though, months. And you know, a few years back, it became weeks and days. These days, I promise you, Buddha Scout's honor. No kidding. When I get really pissed off or someone really gets on my nerves and I really... it's just for a few hours. And do you know, that's not for all cases. It's for about 80 or 90% of the 70 or 80% of the cases now, where people get on my nerves. For a few hours, I'm really irritated. I really, I don't have anything left in my house to throw, but if I had, I would. And let me tell you, for many cases now, it's just a few minutes. I'm amazed at myself. Sometimes I'm amazed. Sometimes I'm angry that I'm not angry anymore. I think, I'm going to let that person win. I really think that. I'm going to let that person win if I'm not angry with them anymore and I don't punish them by not talking with them or something like that. It doesn't have a hold on me so strong anymore. And I know that this year and next year, if I live that long, I know it's going to get better. I know I will reach a state in my mind that I don't have any angry thoughts to people or reaction to angry thoughts. More reaction anymore. Angry thoughts, I think it'll take a while, but reaction, where it just go away instantly. I know I will achieve that because that's what I'm pushing for. So my point to you is, I'm far away from attainments and Buddha, but I'm getting closer to becoming a very wonderful person. Getting much closer. Much, much closer. Where people don't really bother me anymore. But then was it really people or me? I'm not sure, but never mind. And that I'm reaching a state now. Listen to this. I've amazed myself. that even people who've disappointed me and hurt me or harmed me or lied to me, I can even help them back. Give them advice, give them money, give them things that they need. I can even give these things back to them and not expect anything back. I can do that now. See, it's not the same as giving food to the homeless, because our group has the honor to give food to the homeless in Kuala Lumpur. We do that every Saturday. It's not the same as giving to the homeless. Homeless are neutral. Giving help to people that have hurt you, what you think they have hurt you, is very profound practice. And I'm trying to do that profound practice. Why? If I'm doing my sadhanas, if I'm doing my mantras, if I'm doing my studies and meditations, that must be the result, right? The result must be I can do that.